Good evening. It's Saturday, the 5th of October. It's just past 6 o'clock, and welcome to our evening news programme. I'm just going to remove the camera a bit because we're up a bit. And this week, we are pre-recording the programme as we're not able to be with you live on Saturday. So we're recording this on Friday evening. So it's a slightly shorter programme than usual, and our apologies for that. But we will be back with a full programme next week. And in the news this week, large numbers of police officers, ambulance crews and the fire crews attended the South Down Road area of Weymouth on Friday morning. Cordons were put in place on the roads by the police as well. Emergency services were called at around 10:50 a.m. following reports of a house fire. It is reported that a fire broke out in a home in the area. Police, fire and ambulance crews were called to South Down Road off Buxton Road. A person was flown to Salisbury District Hospital by air ambulance. South Down Road remains closed on Friday evening as we were preparing tonight's programme. Wordmore Hospice Care has praised the action of two of its carers who were in the area at the time of the fire and rushed to help with first aid. A resident of South Down Road said, "I saw the helicopter, the 3 fire engines and the area had been cordoned off. The police told me that it would be blocked off for several hours. A fireman confirmed that it was a house fire." Dorset Wiltshire Fire Service issued the following statement. "We were called to an incident at 10:51 a.m. at South Down Road, Weymouth, to reports of a property fire. Crews from Weymouth, Dorset and Portland attended and on arrival found a well-developed fire within the property. 8 breathing apparatus wearers used 2 hose reel jets and 1 main jet to extinguish the fire. Technical rescue equipment was also used to stabilise the building." Next tonight. Hang on, I've gone over too far. A series of hard-hitting videos highlighting the devastating impact of knife crime have been created as part of an educational package to be delivered to young people in schools. Filmed by the Office of the Police and Crime Commissioner in partnership with Dorset Police, each video features different people who have all experienced the tragic consequences and impact of knife crime. Sarah Robinson, the mother of Cameron Hamilton, features in one of the 4 videos, describing the destructive impact of knife crime and imploring young people to leave knives alone. Miss Robinson's son Cameron was 18 when he died after being stabbed in Bournemouth Town Centre in 2023. His killer was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 12 years in a Young Offenders Institute. Since his death, his family have been campaigning for changes in the law and have also established a charity, Changes Are Made, to educate, support, prevent and deter young people from carrying on using knives and serious violence. Also appearing in one video is a Dorset police officer who describes the horrors of knife crime from the perspective of a frontline officer. The videos will be used as part of a powerful presentation of knife crime given by Dorset Police's Safer Schools community team in secondary schools and other educational settings across Dorset. This education is a vital part of the work taking place across Dorset to prevent young people becoming involved in knife crime and picking up a weapon. While knife crime in Dorset remains low, one person carrying a knife is one too many. Dorset Police and Crime Commissioner David Siddick said, "Firstly, I want to thank everyone who has been involved in creating these films, particularly the brave family of Cameron Hamilton. Sarah's courageous testimony is incredibly powerful and stops you in your tracks. I want her moving words to be remembered by as many young people as possible." And there we go. Sorry, we're struggling a bit with the technology tonight. There we go. Planners this week voted unanimously in favour of the plan for a large M&S store at the Weymouth Gateway site. The new building will be double the size of the seafront M&S, which is likely to close in 2027, with 45 new jobs expected to be created by the new development, adding to the 340 already at the Gateway. 50 additional jobs will also be created during the construction phase. There has been some concern about the loss of the town centre M&S, with fears that other stores could follow and look for out-of-town sites. M&S say the new multi-million store will be full range, joining other businesses such as Aldi, B&M, Costa, Dunelm and McDonald's, which are already operating from the retail park. White councillor Kate Weller, who proposed accepting the development, said the advantage of the site is that it has good transport links and was likely to attract shoppers into Weymouth from a wide area. She, however, expressed concern about allowing deliveries up to 11 p.m. at night, asking for an earlier cut-off, but was told the delivery area was to the east side of the development, some way from homes, and would be surrounded by an acoustic fence to muffle any noise. The Dorset Council Area Planning Committee on Thursday heard that the council officers had worked with the developers since the submission of the early proposals to tone down with the cladding in earthly colours what was originally described as a white box, with additional trees to break up the appearance of the car park. The decision will also have to be referred to the Secretary of State under the government's rules, which seek to protect town centre shopping because the use does not fully comply with the council's development plans. There is a 21-day period for that to happen. Dorset Council have told us that in the first month since its launch, Beryl electric assisted bikes in Dorset, Portland and Weymouth have collectively covered an impressive 27,000 kilometres. Over 5,000 journeys were taken in the first month, with the average journey being just under 5 kilometres. Many people are also enjoying longer trips from Weymouth to Dorset and return. Councillor Nick Ireland, who's the leader of Dorset Council, said it's fantastic news that over 27,000 kilometres have already been covered by Beryl e-bike riders in the first month. As a council, we're committed to helping make our county more climate and nature friendly. And schemes like this are a great way of driving down our carbon footprint. They also offer residents and visitors an excellent opportunity to enjoy the outdoors and connect with nature. The bikes are equipped with front and rear lights, ensuring that they can be used as the days get shorter. Riders are recommended to wear bright clothing to improve their visibility. There are plans for more bays in Weymouth and Dorset, enabling more places to start and finish hires and offering more options for commuters. Keep an eye on publicity over the coming months. Despite some reports, there has been very little misuse of the bikes. However, Beryl encourages people to report any instances of misuse or bikes left outside designated bays. If you spot anything out of the ordinary, you can contact Beryl via their website, beryl, beryl.cc/contact. Alternatively, you can send Beryl an email at support@beryl.cc. It will help Beryl if you can give them a bike number and any reference points that will help them retrieve the vehicle. Regeneration work at Weymouth Quay is to be delayed further. A date is still to be confirmed for electricity to be connected to the multi-million-pound regeneration project. The works were due to take 6 months and were supposed to be completed in April. Despite completing a majority of the improvements to the quay, Dorset Council said they have still not had the new facilities connected to the electricity supply by SSE. A spokesman for Dorset Council said, "We are in constant dialogue with SSE, and as soon as it's been agreed, we will share a definitive connection date with our stakeholders." A spokesman for SSE previously said that the company is waiting for land rights to be granted to so that the project could be completed. The project, when complete, will provide new facilities for fishing, charter and harbourside businesses in a bid to improve the public space. The improvements are thanks to a £3.79 million grant, which was awarded to the then Weymouth and Portland Borough Council in partnership with the Weymouth Area Development Trust in March 2019 from the government's Coastal Communities Fund. So we will keep you updated as that progresses, and hopefully they'll get connected to the electricity soon. Train services resumed on Monday between Castlecary and Weymouth following a week-long closure of the Heart of Wessex line for vital upgrades. During the week-long closure, Network Rail's team of engineers replaced around a mile worth of track between Thornford and Yeovil Pen Mill, including installing over 2,000 new sleepers and 3,600 tonnes of ballast stone. The retired track was over 50 years old and needed frequent inspections and repairs by the maintenance team to keep passengers moving. The line was also prone to faults and speed restrictions due to the rails being jointed together every 60 feet. The new track is continuously welded rail, which takes out the joints, meaning it requires fewer inspections and is less prone to faults. Further south, engineers completed upgrades to the junctions either side of Maiden Newton Station, where the two tracks that serve the platforms merge into one. To maximise the time the line was closed, a range of other work was completed, including inspecting the Poundbury and Grimstone tunnels, carrying out signalling and telecommunications testing, and cutting back carefully selected diseased and dangerous trees between Yeovil Pen Mill and Yeovil Junction Station. Jordan Welsby, GWR station manager for Westbury, Wilts and Dorset, said, "We are delighted to have train services operating again between Castlecarey and Weymouth on our Heart of Wessex line. This improvement work formed part of an ongoing programme of maintenance to ensure we can continue to provide consistent and reliable services. We would like to thank customers for bearing with us during the past week and apologise for any inconvenience this may have caused them." Good news there for rail travellers. An exciting new initiative aimed at restoring, enhancing and connecting spaces for nature in Dorset has officially launched. Led by Dorset Council, Nature Recovery Dorset has been collectively created to bring together and drive forward local action for nature. The UK is now classed as one of the most nature-depleted countries in the world. And although Dorset is home to lots of nature areas and all sorts of plants and animals, over the years wildlife has declined and many areas for nature have been split up or lost. Through Nature Recovery Dorset, the council and its partners aim to celebrate what's already being done for nature, identify opportunities to do more, and help everyone work together to make nature in Dorset bigger and better. The new initiative encourages residents, community groups, schools, farms, businesses and landowners to sign up and share how they are making space for nature in the county. By mapping and promoting these activities, Nature Recovery Dorset aims to celebrate and connect current efforts and inspire others to do more. This forms part of a wider effort to develop a local nature recovery strategy for the county. Funded by DEFRA, this new plan for nature will guide actions to improve, protect and expand wildlife areas across Dorset. To help create this plan, the council is particularly keen to hear from farmers, landowners and land managers who are already doing something to help nature recover on their land or are planning to do something in the next 10 years. These activities will then be mapped to show where future funding should be targeted to achieve the most for nature in the county. To learn more about Nature Recovery Dorset and how to get involved, you can visit www.dorsetcouncil.gov.uk/nature-recovery. Nice and easy one, that. dorsetcouncil.gov.uk/nature-recovery. Now the bits from Dorset Police for this week. A man has been sentenced after admitting the manslaughter of 35-year-old Daniel Mark Herzinskin, something like that. Sorry, I'm not very good with those names. In Weymouth, Joe Michael Williams, aged 19, appeared at Bournemouth Crown Court on Wednesday, the 2nd of October, to be sentenced after he had pleaded guilty to the manslaughter at an earlier hearing. He was sentenced to 4 years in custody and will be subject of an extended licence period for a further 4 years. The charge related to an incident at the Hotel Central in Maiden Street on the evening of Saturday, the 30th of December 2023. A man has also been arrested in connection with a reported assault in Weymouth Town Centre. Officers are, however, continuing to investigate an incident that was reported to have occurred at around 12:50 a.m. on Sunday, the 29th of September, near to the junction of Caroline Place and Westham Road. It was reported that a man aged in his 30s was assaulted and sustained facial injuries. Following inquiries, a 27-year-old man from Weymouth has been arrested on suspicion of inflicting grievous bodily harm with intent, affray and possessing an offensive weapon in a public place. He remains in police custody. Officers are continuing to urge witnesses or anyone with information to come forward, either direct to Dorset Police on 101 or anonymously via Crime Stoppers on 0800 555 111. And finally, in the headlines this week, a large firework display linked to the Netflix filming lit up Portland Harbour on Thursday evening. The fireworks were heard across Weymouth and Portland, lighting up the harbour in an impressive and colourful display. A warning had been issued prior to the fireworks by Portland Port, taking place in the Portland Inner Harbour. It stated that up to 3 displays of 5 minutes would happen between 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. They were initially planned for Tuesday, then Wednesday, but were delayed due to weather and finally happened on Thursday. The displays were linked to the Netflix filming in the area of The Woman in Cabin 10, starring Keira Knightley, and focused around the super yacht Savannah. Pictured on screen is Savannah. The picture was taken by me in Portland Harbour on Tuesday of this week. Also starring in the film is Ted Lasso star Hannah Waddingham and Memento's Guy Pearce. There were mixed reactions to the fireworks, with many welcoming them and others complaining about the noise and them being so late in the evening. Savannah is a £83 million luxury mega yacht that was built in 2015. And that's the end of the headlines this week. It's now time in today's programme to go over to Andrew Wright for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to White Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This weekend, Joker Folie à Deux, a French phrase, I believe it's translated as Madness of Two, is released in... Anyway, Joker Folie à Deux is released in cinemas. This is a musical psychological film and is a sequel to 2019's Joker film, which won actor Joaquin Phoenix the Oscar for Best Actor. The film stars Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck, a mentally ill nihilistic criminal with a clown-inspired persona who's currently in Arkham Asylum, awaiting trial for his crimes in the previous film, most prominently murdering Robert De Niro's character in the previous film live on television. And so he's in Arkham Asylum and he meets Lady Gaga's Lee Quinn, aka Harley Quinn, who forms a dangerous romantic obsession with him. The film has received very mixed reviews from critics, who praise the performances of Phoenix and Gaga but criticise the writing. I always thought Joker never needed a sequel, so I've been very against this film from the beginning. It does look interesting, so when it comes out on home video, I'll give it a shot. The film is in cinemas this weekend. This week, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was released on home video. The film takes place 300 years after the events of War for the Planet of the Apes and revolves around the young chimpanzee Noah, who embarks on a journey alongside the human woman May to determine the future of apes and humans alike. I saw this film back in cinemas in May. That was quite a fun weekend because I saw this film on a Thursday and loved it, and then I saw If on the Saturday and I loved that even more. I think this is so far this is the second best film of the year. It's got a great performance from lead actor Owen Teague. I remember when I reviewed it, I was talking about how such an Oscar-worthy, Oscar contention performance it was. He's not going to get talked about for it, obviously, and I just felt that the script was really sharp and great directing. So I gave this film 5 stars out of 5. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is now on home video. I keep meaning to check it out, the Japanese dub on Disney Plus. Don't ask why. Yeah. Also out in home video this week is Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2, the Disney Pixar sequel to 2015's Inside Out, about the personified emotions of a teenage girl. which I gave 3.5 stars out of 5 when I saw it in June. And so yeah, that's on home video and also on Disney Plus as well. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I'll be talking about the UK release of Transformers 1. It's been out in America for a couple of weeks. I believe we're one of the last territories to get it. But yeah, I'll be talking about that next week, as well as something I'm actually really excited about, the home video release of A Quiet Place Day 1. I haven't seen it, because I'm seeing it next, because I'm watching it when it comes out on home video next week. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you very much, Andrew. And Andrew's getting quite excited there about what he's going to get up to next week. So we'll hear back from Andrew next week. Now, because this is a pre-recorded programme, we obviously haven't got the weather forecast from the Met Office because it hasn't been produced yet. But we can put the weather widget up for the week. We can see that it's going to remain quite mild. We're going to have some sunny spells, but possible of electric storms on Saturday and Sunday, and rain on Monday and Tuesday, but actually quite mild. And if it's anything like today's been, the sun's come out in the afternoon. It's been quite nice. So hopefully we will have some pleasant patches on Sunday and throughout the week this week. Now turning to our What's On section. Weymouth Pavilion coming up on the 9th of October. The Imperial Classic Ballet presents Swan Lake. 12th of October, The Illegal Eagles. 13th of October, A Tribute to the Carpenters. 17th of October, The Chicago Blues Brothers. 18th of October, The Ed Sheeran Experience. And 27th of October, Buddy Holly and the Cricketers. Now, for more information on those shows and many, many more at Weymouth Pavilion, plus the chance to book tickets, weymouthpavilion.com is your website to go to. Noath Fort this weekend started today, Saturday, the Pirates weekend, and continues tomorrow, Sunday the 6th of October, from 10:30 to 4 p.m. So lots of pirate fun. Bring along your little buccaneers for a day of shenanigans, including walk the plank, panning for gold, and much more at the Noath Fort. Next event is Remembrance Installation, Saturday the 9th of November. They're building on the previous 2 years' efforts and creating a cascade of poppies, all made from recycled bottles. Some poppies have been named in honour of their loved ones that have defended our freedoms and protected our ways of life. So the unveiling of this installation will follow a remembrance service held at the Noath Fort on Saturday the 9th of November. And watch their website for further information. And the website to watch is noathfort.org.uk. Now, also watch the map24.org website, which is the Abbotsbury and Portisham Millennium website. They have their Scarecrow and Pumpkin event over the weekend, 26th and 27th of October, and other events running towards the end of the year in December, which will complete their Millennium Year celebration. Looking at church services in White Regis tomorrow, 8 a.m. communion at All Saints Church. 9:30 is the monthly all-age easygoing cafe church. Turn up just before 9:30 and you can enjoy a cup of tea or coffee and some toast and jam. 11 o'clock, a Sunday service down at St Edmunds in Lanehouse. Our other programmes tonight is our quiz at 7:30. That will be running live, hopefully as usual, if I'm back in the studio in time. And the feed should go live around 7:20. If it's a little bit late this week, I do apologise. I'm out of area and travelling back and hoping to get back round about 7 o'clock to 7:15 so I can pop straight on and do the quiz. Also, a small apology from me tonight. I've struggled with some of my words tonight. I had some dental work done yesterday and my mouth is quite swollen. It's quite difficult to get the words out. I'm getting a bit tongue-tied. Hopefully that'll be better by next week. That brings us to the end of this week's programme. We'll be back next Saturday at 6 o'clock, live again next week. If you have any news or events or stories for us or anything else you'd like to share with us, do drop us a line during the week at news@whiteregis.tv. We would love to hear from you. So that's it for tonight. I'm back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.